I'm Mishima Yuki, and you're listening to the Giant Sword Podcast, home of the second biggest group of Phantom Thieves ever. The first being me. Keck.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Giant Sword Podcast. I'm your party leader, Nick Lynn. Joining me today is Taylor Hoyt. What's up, Taylor?
What is up?
What
It's
is
been
up?
so long.
I know, it's been so long. We've delayed it like 2 weeks, and Taylor was like, I can't do it right now. I'm like, no, we got to do it right now. It's like, I can't. Someone's sober. I'm like, dang it, Taylor.
Yep, gotta blame Grayson's dad. He was over spoiling us and buying us all kinds of gifts. He bought us a barbecue, so now I'm learning how to barbecue.
And then before that, you're like, I'm dying. I'm sick. I don't feel good, you know?
Yeah. Like literally days where I couldn't talk. Like it was that bad. I've never had that happen before. If I have, it's been once ever. So yeah, I was really not feeling good.
Yeah, I just remember just trying to get this all settled, to get all this focused, and then you're just like, I can't do it. Oh, I'm doing it. And
I'm sorry, fam. Please forgive me. It's all my fault.
And then the freaking sickness messed with your mind. You're like, yeah, I'm playing about 5 mobile games right now, and
That's right. The best kind of games.
and I'm like, what are you doing?
Only the best. That's it. I don't have time for real games.
Yeah,
Only time for these fake mobile games.
It's like Tales of Vesperia came out. It's like, I don't have time for that. I'm playing whatever, Dragalia, whatever,
Yeah,
and Pokemon Go, and then Waifu Wars. Yeah, before we were recording, I just heard he was playing this game, and I just heard like, "Oh, Oni-chan, yeah!" Ooh, wah, ee." I'm like, "What the hell are you playing?"
It's called. What's it called? It's called Honkai Impact Third. It's basically like a mobile, like Bayonetta kind of game. But they're all waifus. So like you go through the levels, you get a new waifu, and then of course it's like the weapon triangle from Fire Emblem, so you can like swap between them in the middle of a fight. It like destroys my battery on my phone though, so I can't really play it that much because my phone just gets super hot while I play it.
Well, your phone is a Nokia back from the '90s, so
Yeah, pretty much. You know, my other game that I had on there is Snake, you know, so
and it just that eats a battery. It's like you play like one game with Snake, it's already at 50% full party.
done.
I just don't get it.
I do need to replace my battery though, like for real. It's been super bad, and the thing that sucks, I should have done it earlier because now they increased the price for replacing phone batteries in iPhones. What I should really do is get a new phone. I just can't afford that right now, so
No, right now.
I'm gonna get a battery replacement and just hold on to this iPhone 6 as long as I can.
So we're in like between right now a whole like you haven't got Tales of Vesperia because of you need to save your money, but
Yeah.
I got Tales of Vesperia and now I've been playing that and it's been fun. And then like in like a week, Kingdom Hearts is coming out, and then
Resident Evil 2,
and then like in 2 days, Resident Evil 2 is coming out. So it's just like Resident Evil 2. Put that over there. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I'll play that in one night and I'll beat it. But Kingdom Hearts 3 and Tales of Vesperia, it's like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And then, like right after we took a break, we got. I'm just gonna go straight into the news, Taylor. Right there. Just go okay.
Into it.
Like right after we freaking, the last episode, we were talking about Persona 5R and how it was like, it was a rumor, it was a thing.
Yeah.
Right after that, it was confirmed to be a thing that it's coming to the PlayStation 4. It's called Persona 5R, and we will be getting it was teased. We'll be getting it in.
We'll get
news in March. So it's like a tease for an update. So
now you're right. They did only mention PlayStation, but that doesn't mean that rules out a Switch port. I still think
it's you still think
Ruby, it's happening.
It's not happening.
Well, we'll just wait.
Because the trailer, people's like, "Where's the Switch port?" And it's like, well, at the beginning of the trailer, it was a PlayStation logo. Gotta watch out.
Well, so what do you think it is?
I think it's okay. So what I think it is it's going to be like every other thing, like Persona 5 Golden or Persona 3 Fez. There's going to be new scenes, more social stuff to do, Probably more things to do at the end of the game. There's usually like a secret, an extra dungeon. There's going to be a new playable character. And maybe some story changes.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's kind of what they usually do with those. Add a couple little accoutrements, spice it up a little bit. And because it's only on PlayStation 4, this is my hope, there were a couple really low-res textures, like on the bathhouse. Like if you walk in the bathhouse, the little sign above the bathhouse is like super low-res from the PS3 version. I'm wondering if, because now it's PS4 only for now, that they can fix that. But
yeah,
we'll see.
PS4 only now, and they're gonna add new music. Obviously, they're gonna be like new battle themes and stuff like that. Who do you think the new playable character is gonna be?
Well, you keep saying the Shogi girl.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it was rumored that the Shogi girl was going to be a playable character, but due to time constraints, they had to cut that out. I was wondering if maybe she will be, the other Phantom Thief, a new Phantom Thief.
Yeah. So here's a real oddball, like left field guess. What if they got the guy from Persona 4 Arena 2, Sho Minazuki? What if they got him in there? Huh? He is a playable character in Persona 3 and Persona 5 Dancing, apparently. He's a DLC character.
That's interesting.
Just really random. But what if they added him?
That would make no sense whatsoever. But
well, they added Marie. She's not from anything, so.
Well, I'm saying he has a story that's connected to 3 and 5 or 4. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know anything about him. I just know he has red hair.
I just know Marie actually is like a crucial part of the story in Golden.
Yeah.
So. And they might do that again. I don't know. Add a new Velvet Room character.
Yeah, just a brand new character that's not in anything. You know what I think they might do? Because Persona 3 Portable, they added Vincent as like a little teaser character. That was kind of around when Catherine was coming out. I wonder if they'll add another Catherine character because the Catherine full body is coming out. What if they add Rin, the pink hair girl, maybe?
Okay. So you good idea, but I think they're actually going to be doing that with other characters from like Persona 4 and Persona 3, actual cameos. Because there were quote-unquote cameos to Persona 3 and 4 characters, but they're only like in text, or they're posters on the wall.
Right, yeah, they're not actually in the game.
Yeah, so I wonder if we'll see them like somewhere, like more cameos.
Would be cool.
Very cool.
Would be very cool. But yeah, I think this might be. So do you remember back when they announced Persona 5? They also announced like Persona 5 or Persona Q and Persona Arena. I think we might be in for a flurry of announcements.
Oh yeah, because
like we get Persona 5R and then a couple other things.
There's gonna be isn't it gonna be like a Persona event or something like that? And,
yeah, well I know.
And
I
Persona
know for sure that
and Persona 5R was like leaked, so like, okay, yeah, here, it's a thing.
Let's just get ahead of this, which is smart. No, what I was gonna say is they'll probably do something with the anime because I know the anime's not done, so they might have something for the anime. I don't know. Maybe a dub because they still haven't dubbed it, as far as I know.
Or they know Persona 5 Arena is being made. We know this, so maybe they'll show that off.
That would be awesome. At least a teaser. Dude, I don't know how Arc System. I don't know how fighting games work, but I don't know how Arc System Works can afford to develop all these games because they're still working on Dragon Ball FighterZ. They're probably adding a bunch of DLC characters, especially since the Broly movie came out. Like, there's a ton of new characters they can add now. They're working on that Grand Blue fighting game, and then aren't they doing like another Guilty Gear or something like that?
They're making a new Guilty Gear, yeah.
Well, I guess they don't have to redo the assets because all the assets are done. So it's just a matter of like tuning the combat, I guess.
They are tuning the combat. They're making it more user friendly because freaking normal Guilty Gear or the last Guilty Gear or Guilty Gear in general is just very technical, and so it's not noob friendly. And with all these new games that they're making, it's been pretty noob friendly. Dragon Ball FighterZ, all they're doing is adding new characters, so they don't have to develop. You don't need a lot of resources for that, like the full team. Because they already announced the next character is going to be what's this guy's name? I totally forgot. It's the main baddie in the last arc of Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, the guy with the red and black suit and the purple face. Yeah, I don't know his name. I know what he looks like.
I totally forgot what his name is. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that he's announced. He's the next character, and then there's gonna be season 2 characters. And
they put. Oh, good. Sorry.
And I was like, and I think they've been working on versus Grand Blue Fantasy versus for a long time. So that's probably what's happening. They probably have a bunch of teams working on all these games at once, and then like once it gets to a certain mark, they announce a certain mark. They announce them, and
well, I mean, I'm wondering if they hired new staff because Dragon Ball FighterZ sold really well, so they probably got a nice cut. So I'm wondering if they can just afford to hire more people. I mean, they are, no offense to Capcom, I feel like they are with them and NetherRealm are like the 2 best fighting game developers right now. So they can afford to, have a big staff, I imagine.
So Arc System Works is the anime fighter king.
Yeah, of course.
NetherRealm is the AAA fighter company. It looks like a super production, which like no other company could match. I mean, have you seen Mortal Kombat 11? It looks crazy good.
I watched the reveal event. Yeah, it looked. I'm not big into fighting games, but I really liked Injustice 2, and I like what they're doing with Mortal Kombat. They're like tweaking the gear system where it's not, because in Injustice you had a full set of gear and each piece of gear had different stats. With this one, they made it sound like each character has 3 pieces of gear that switch your stats, and then everything's just a costume that doesn't affect your stats or something like that.
They also have the augments, which you like put into your costume to change stats, but that's only for certain modes. It's not for like versus mode and stuff like that.
Yeah, versus is probably just you look cool. It doesn't adjust anything, which is fine. Makes sense.
But just the way the game looks, it's crazy. Like when it gets into the when they do the fatal hit or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
it goes into like the super cinematic mode that like it looks like a freaking movie, and I was like, how are they doing this? It's running so smooth. It's crazy looking.
Apparently, it's coming to Switch. I'm really curious to know how it runs on Switch.
Oh, it probably looks like Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah, it'll be very, de-resed or whatever,
downgraded. But back to Persona 5R.
Yeah,
you were
reeling it back.
Yeah, reeling it back. Super excited about that. It's fun to know about this. March is going to be an interesting month for us. Well, for me at least.
Yep. Well, yeah, Cold Steel 2 comes out if that release date is to be believed, and then we're gonna find out a bunch of Persona stuff.
Yep. Are you gonna play Cold Steel and Cold Steel 2?
So for me, it's not that I don't want to play it. For me, it's a money thing. So I'm trying to like only spend on things that I know I'm gonna play a long time. I really, really want. If we're about to finish a couple of big projects, so if we get paid for that. When I think we will, then I will definitely, because I want to replay both Cold Steel 1 and 2 before
the next part of news. But I was gonna say, we need to do a spoiler cast for Cold Steel 2, and I want to replay it on the PS4 and then do the Cold Steel 2 spoiler cast.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I was like, you got to do it, even if it's like if you have no money, I will buy it for you. Okay.
Snap!
I was like, here, you can play it.
It'd be fun to do a spoiler cast with Sean. That might be fun.
With Sean? That'd be fun. I mean, I don't think he plays them.
He doesn't, but he did all the lines. He knows the story.
It's true. But let's move into the most random news of all time.
Yep.
We knew this was coming. Jokingly. We knew after they announced the PS4 versions of Cold Steel 1 and 2, we knew that the Cold Steel 3 announcement was right around the corner.
Yeah.
And they announced it at like 5 a.m. on Western time. I'm like, I woke up to this news. I'm like, well, this is awesome news to wake up to. Cold Steel 3 is coming to the West this year.
But
no, I know. Not from Xseed. Nippon Ichi is freaking doing this now. So
yeah, they're freaking doing this. But here's one good thing. I don't know if you saw this news.
There's the other part of the news is the Cold Steel 1 and 2 localization staff is still working on 3. So they hired all the people that was from Xseed that was working on it to work on it from NISA.
Yeah.
I think okay, keep going.
I just want to say, like, I think Nippon Ichi got a really bad deal with Ys 8. because like it had a couple mistakes. Frankly, I didn't think they needed to completely redo everything like they did. That was crazy. Nobody's ever done that.
Yeah,
before.
there's just some weird grammar stuff in there sometimes, and then like weird words. But it wasn't game breaking. I guess for some people it really messed with their mind. I barely noticed it. So maybe because we grew up with 90s JRPGs, and those are filled with those like all the time. So it's just like this is just how JRPGs are still in my mind, even though they're way better now.
Yeah, I mean, the voice acting was fine. The only thing that I keep going back to is the Archozoic big hole.
Yeah.
And, like, to me, that was just lazy. Like, they literally could have kept it how they had it. But everything else, I didn't really see a problem with. And you know, in the midst of this discussion, people are bringing up, like, the Persona 5 localization. I'm like, just stop. Like, that was...
I remember people were like,
fine.
It's so bad. It's unplayable. It's like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
You are just... I just remember there was a whole website dedicated to complaining about the Persona 5 translation. And I was like, you need help.
It's called neogaf.com. And
NeoGaf has got destroyed, so it's fine.
It did.
But it regenerated into something called Wine Era.
SJW era.
Yeah, SJW era.
But no, they've done so many good localizations. They always have really witty writing. I feel like they've done a good job. Like, if you think back on all the Disgaea games, they used to do the Atelier games up until only in the last couple of years did, you know, after Tecmo Koei bought Gus, they were doing all those. So it's not like they were doing bad jobs. I used to be really good friends when I was at Blistered Thumbs. I used to be really good friends with all those guys over at Nippon Ichi, and they did a really good job. Unfortunately, a lot of those guys don't work there anymore, but they passed the torch on. And but I have faith that Cold Steel 3 will be good, especially because the people from Next Seed are helping, and it's at least Sean is back. He's doing Reen. I haven't heard anybody else, but
Reen's back. I hope the main cast is still the same. I really hope that.
The only person who I think will not be back, help me out here, the girl with the teal hair that has the big robot, what's her name?
Milliam?
Yeah, Milliam. Ashley Birch voices her, and she is on to bigger and better things. I think she's the only one that won't come back. If anybody does not.
That's crazy because she has the most unique voice in the cast. So it's gonna be you just gotta have to find someone who's very hyper. It's like, all right, guys, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, I hope she comes back.
Yeah.
But she was like Aloy in Horizon and stuff like that. So I think she's on. At some point you get your feet wet with the JRPGs, and then you move on to bigger things. Like Troy Baker doesn't do JRPGs anymore. He just does Naughty Dog and Call of Duty and all that. He didn't even redo what's his name from Vesperia, Yuri. He didn't even voice Yuri. It's a different guy.
I read that he was just like, they didn't even ask me. Anybody wanted to, you wanted to do it. It's like they didn't even ask me.
I heard that. I saw that tweet. I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. But you move on, you get more famous. Laura Bailey, same thing. She did. She was Sharia in Graces, and she was Rise in Persona 4. But then she got recast. So people move on to bigger, better things. It's fine. But for the sake of consistency, there's only 2 more games. Yeah. Get your paycheck, come back, do it. It's fine.
I know. And with it coming out in fall, I have a feeling that next year, Cold Steel 4 is going to come out for us. So
yeah, I think so.
So I think they're doing everything right now. Because Cold Steel 4 is already out for Japan. Everything's all set. And this looks like there's a good chance that we'll be getting the Crossbell games now, too.
So, okay, now, everybody keeps saying that. Explain to me why you think that is.
Because Nippon Ichi is bigger than Next Seed and has way more budget. So
you just think they have more capacity to take on another project like that?
Okay, so they announced they showed off the collector's edition that's only on their website, right? I was like, okay, I'm going to pre-order that now. And then they have all this merch for Trails of the Cold Steel. And I'm like, where did all this merch come from? There's never been merch for Trails of Cold Steel. And I just start buying all this merch. So I'm like, okay, they're going all out on here now. Like I bought 2 wall scrolls, and I want to get the sweatshirt, but the sweatshirt's like $60, and I was like, I can't afford that right now.
Yeah, they have shirts for a couple people. I'm looking at what they have. Yes, they
They
have a
have
big
one-
box set. It's $100. They have the sweatshirt. They have characters that I don't know. They're obviously Cold Steel 2 characters.
No, they're not. They have-
there's
There's Reen, and then there's his class. So, those are the two students.
Ooh, there's a set of keychains, which I'm sure Maddie's gonna buy. There's a Mishi thing. There's a couple
Mishi-
posters. They
there's
have a pin.
The Mishi blanket.
Oh, there's a blanket. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They have a ton of merch.
I was like, whoa, and there's no figures yet.
And
want
I wonder
figures.
what does the collector's edition come with? Let's see.
Art book, soundtrack, a plushie of a Mishi, and some like cards, postcard,
Yep.
art cards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's better than the Cold Steel collector's edition we got here, which was just the art book that we had, and the pin.
Nippon Ichi, that is their niche, is like making really nice collector's editions. Like every game they put out has really nice collector's edition. So yeah, they'll make sure to do it. They're gonna do it right.
So Nippon Ichi gonna do Ease 9, already confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's a foregone conclusion for sure.
And if they ever do Tokyo Xanadu too, do you think they're gonna stay with Arxis, or are they gonna go to do Nippon Ichi?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think, I think NIS might pick it up because I think people really slept on Tokyo Xanadu. I think people really slept on it, and I mean, look what happened with our Discord. Like you and me and Maddie started talking about it, and then everybody played it and everybody liked it. And I've been seeing more people slowly but surely pick that game up. So I'm really hoping.
Yeah, all our new members on the Discord are picking it up and playing it, and they're like, "That is really good." It's like, yes, Tokyo Xanadu is a good game, and everyone should play it at least once.
I'm going on record to say it's the most underrated game this generation. Like, no, it's not even close. Because it's like, I know I keep saying this, but it's like Ease meets Persona, but without the budget, really. But it's fun. It's got that addicting loop of action combat, going through a dungeon, and like, all right, I'm done dungeon crawling. You can do extras if you want, but then you can have the school life sim stuff. You can go to the arcade, you can go skateboarding. So there's like whatever you want to do, there's like always something to do. I just love it. So,
and Taylor beat all 3 endings. He did it.
I did it.
So that's amazing. He did it. But
so we still don't know what that other Ease game. You think it actually is going to be Xanadu 2? Or the other Falcom game, excuse me?
Oh, they said they're going to do 2, right?
Yeah, it was Ease 9 obviously was one, and then we don't know what the other one is. They haven't announced it yet.
I don't know. It could be Xanadu 2. I mean, come on. The ending of the first Xanadu pretty much says, it's pretty much like, I wonder what they're going to do next. It just screams that.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it literally says, we'll see you on the next Xanadu.
It does, yeah,
like
it does. Mm-hmm. So, it's just, yeah, what's going to happen next? I mean, that story ends. Like, that story ends, but it leaves it open to, it's sequel bait at the end, pretty much.
Oh, totally. And again, it never explains the thing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't explain it. So there's way more.
It doesn't explain a lot of things.
It doesn't.
So,
which is fine for me, because it's just like, oh, it's all about the characters. It's just about the combat. But you're right. There is plenty of room for more something. Now, it could be the same characters. It could be a completely different cast. I don't really care. But I just love that loop, that game loop. More Persona clones. More good Persona clones, please. Here's the one bummer, though. I read this somewhere. I heard that your file will not carry from Cold Steel 2 to Cold Steel 3 because it's different publishers or whatever.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't made for that. So.
Oh, it didn't do that anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the PS4 ones are gonna add something to the PS3, PS4 Cold Steel 3. So if you have save files for Cold Steel 1 and 2 on it, I think it's gonna do something like maybe give you some items or something like that. But there's not gonna be like your choices matter here, like Cold Steel 1 to 2, which sucks because I made a total like choice, and all these things happened to me that doesn't happen to other people, and Cold Steel 3 apparently starts with you going, okay, you could choose your way again. You're not set in this stone. So I'm like, okay, this path I took better be in Cold Steel 3. Because if it's not, I'm gonna be super pissed.
Now I really want to play Cold Steel 2 because I remember when you did the little video game tournament bracket thing. I think you put that at number 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Cold Steel 2?
Yeah,
it's really good. I loved Cold Steel 2. Like the beginning is like its own thing, and then like intermission, and then the game's like the game completely changes.
Well, I'm sure it has to pick up after that cliffhanger from 1, so it
does. It picks up right after that.
Okay, good.
But I'm just saying it's like at the beginning it feels like Cold Steel 1, it's like it's doing the same loops kind of things, but then once you hit the intermission and go after that, it feels completely different. So
cool.
It's good. I like it. I like the story. And I like the bonding events. It's good stuff.
Well, I'm excited about they're adding like the turbo mode and stuff like that to the PS4 version. So like, I mean, I beat 1 already, so I don't need to sit through everything again. But just at least running around, getting combat done faster.
You have to sit through the character interactions that you like. I remember you.
Yeah, I will.
I remember you doing bonding events and watching you just going. I'm like, Taylor, you're missing out. I just want to get it over with, man.
Yeah, I mean, I have a totally different mindset now because, like, here, keep in mind, this was like right after Persona 5, and I was playing it on Vita, and I was picking up a save file that was like, I don't even know how many hours in. Remember, I started playing it, and I stopped it, and then I started again.
Yeah. So,
like, there was a lot of things going against me in that game. So, and also you berating me to play it. So now it's just like
I was berating. As people don't know, I was berating him to play it before Giant Sword Podcast. That's
true.
This was during the LHG times.
Yep. And so now, I mean, I trust me, I want to get to it because I understand. I have a different perspective. To me, it's all about expectations going into games like that. So now I know what to expect. I've played stuff like Xanadu, and I've played, Ys 8, like with their more modern games. So now, my expectations are in check, and I kind of know what I'm in for.
It's just Cold Steel 1 has some weird animations at time, like the run cycle. It's kind of stiff.
And it's so janky. Yeah.
And then you go to Cold Steel 2, and you're like, oh, thank God they fixed it.
Did they fix it all?
Oh, the animations are way better in 2.
Okay, and I'm sure they just get even better. Was 3 originally a PS4 game?
Yeah,
in Japan.
PS4, okay. It's PS4 only, and
so it'll look visually better.
It looks way better. And I just remember the battle screen. The first time they showed it, it looked very Persona-y. Like the camera angle and everything. I was like, this is very Persona.
That's fine. Yeah. Keep ripping off Persona. It's a good series.
So I can't wait to play it. I haven't seen anything of it. I mean, I saw the trailers, the early trailers, but then I went on a media blackout, and then I saw the trailer that was announced for PS4 for the West. I'm like, sweet, get off the internet now.
Yeah, thankfully it wasn't all that spoilery. I watched it. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. It's just Reen talking nonsense. So.
It's like, I'm going to teach my students. It's like, well, there's something there, Taylor. There's a time jump.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good stuff. Cool. It's cool that Cold Steel 3 is coming. Now let's go back to our most anticipated of the year episode, and we'll just put Cold Steel 3 all the way on top because I knew it was coming.
Did you actually say Cold Steel 3?
It was on my list. It was like as a joke because he's like, that wasn't even announced for the West yet, so we're not putting it on there. So I'm like, okay. Now that it's announced for the West, tippy top.
Yeah. I don't know if I wouldn't put it at the top for me. It's still Resident Evil 2, but it's probably top 5 now for sure.
Top 5 sequel to a game you haven't played yet. That's good. That's how good it is, guys.
Well, that's how good other Falcom games are, and I have faith that they will deliver another gem.
I mean, the fourth one is where all the cool things happen, all the cameos, and you're like, I know those people. So before Cold Steel 4,
there's some crazy cameos in Cold Steel 4.
So,
dude. Holy cow!
So you have to finish Sky now. So,
well, there's definitely a lot of time to do that because 4 is not going to come out till next year.
It's true.
Probably fall next year.
It's true. Sky 2 is long. Sky 3 is not that long. But before you finish Sky 3, or you could do Cold Steel. It's fine. It's fine. So those are the two biggest news that we wanted to talk about. There's been some game announcements that are some like new games that we looked at. I forget what it was called. It was just shown on our Discord recently. It was that brawler game that looks like Akiba's Beat.
Something.
We didn't put this on the list, so I just wanted to see.
Yeah, it was something Divers. I can't remember the full name. Something Divers.
Like Dusk Drivers or something like that?
Yeah, that's it. Dusk Divers, yeah. Dusk Divers? Is that it? Yeah, it's a PC and Switch game. And it basically looks like Tokyo Xanadu and Tokyo Mirage Sessions had a baby.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
And then people said it looks like you said, Akiba's Beat a little bit. But it's by a Chinese company, apparently.
That's interesting.
Which is weird, but, it very clearly... it's made for a Japanese audience, so yep, something to keep an eye out for. That smells like a Nippon Ichi game. I would be willing to bet money that they're going to grab that game.
That or just Nintendo themselves is like, we'll do that.
I don't know. Nintendo doesn't really do that with super niche games like that, but you never know. Maybe they're trying to port the Chinese audience now that they stop the ban on console games. So who knows?
True.
Who knows?
Yeah,
it looks cool though.
It does look cool. So let's move on to what we've been playing.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the past.
Play the
shitty
games.
Taylor was playing Atelier Maruru.
Oh my god.
And I remember there was a giant bug that he couldn't get past, and it was a game-breaking bug. Did you ever get past that game?
I tried two more times, and it crashed at the same spot every time. Now, one thing I haven't tried that somebody suggested, I don't know why this would matter, but they said to try turning the Wi-Fi off and do the same thing over again and see if that fixes it. I don't think that would do it, but people have said, oh, I've had games crash on me and then I turn the Wi-Fi off and it doesn't crash. So there's a million dumb reasons. Video games are very complex. There's a million dumb reasons why something crashes. However, I'm going to say this. Gust is a terrible Switch developer. Because if you recall, I played Knights of Azure 2 and that thing crashed on me no less than 10 times. It was horrible. So they have very poorly optimized Switch games. So if I can't get this to work, I'm never buying another Atelier anything, another Gust game on Switch because they're just broken.
Just gonna get on PS4.
Yep, screw it. It's gonna run better. It'll look better. I love this appeal of Switch that I can just take it with me, but it's not worth it if I can't play the game. So, yep, I think I'm gonna make a video about it too.
Did you get
it? I'm mad that I can't finish it, and that's just money down the drain.
Oh, he was fuming. He was so mad. I've never seen him that mad before.
Well, so here's why I was mad. Typically I've had a lot of disposable income in the past, and if I buy a game and don't like it, who cares? But I was like, this was Christmas. I wanted to play a game over a Christmas break. I didn't have a lot of money, so I'm like, it's only $40, and I like these games, and and they're usually 20-ish hours long, so I'll get my money's worth. And so that's why. And I'm like, I can't even buy anything else. I didn't have any money, so that's why I was mad. I had such a limited budget, and then for it to not even work, that just sucks. That's like getting a Christmas present and then opening it and it's just broken when you open it. So yeah, that made me mad. Sophie. Yeah. You been playing that?
Nope. So I'll get onto that. So I started playing, I was playing Sophie. I did binge it a little bit. It's hard for me to get into it because it's too open-ended.
Ah, okay.
It's like you do whatever you want and time just keeps passing and I never feel any urgency, so I just keep doing the same things over and over again. Like I'm inside the atelier, and I'm just wasting like 5 days building, like doing stuff, and then I would get out of it, and then suddenly there'd be like 5 cutscenes in a row, and I'd be like, what is going on? So like things were happening. It was interesting. It's just like I don't feel the drive to play because it doesn't give me a reason to play it. Like it doesn't force me to have a reason to play. That's to say that. Okay. I like having a reason to do things, and the reason is like, hey, let's. I want to find this cauldron, and then now it's like let's turn Plakta into a human, and I was like, okay, how do you do that? Doesn't tell me. I have to wait a couple of days until I do something, and it's like, oh, come on, dude. So it's just, yeah.
You know what's funny? What you're talking about, like 5 cutscenes in a row would trigger. I would do the same thing with Maruru. So I would go outside of town. I would travel around doing tasks, and then I'd come back, and like every time I did something, it was like cutscene. Like, oh my god, kill me! Like there has to be a better way to dole that out so it's not like all at once. I was just trying to get back, turn my quest save, but every time I went anywhere, there would just be a million things that pop up, and there has got to be a perfect formula to figure that all out. Like
I already know the perfect formula because when I was playing it, I'm like, you know what this makes me want to play? A new Rune Factory.
How did I know?
I was like, a new Rune Factory would be awesome.
Would be awesome.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley 2. Come on, when's it happening, guys?
No, I specifically think Rune Factory because Rune Factory has the battles.
As the combat,
the fantasy combat. So
let me tell you about a game called Of Rice and Ruin, Nick. All right,
that's not very. That's a platformer. We don't know how Harvest Moony it is. It kind of looks like it.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I love games like that where it's not just like, okay, it's an RPG, so you go around and you explore, and there's story and you fight. But I love the split up dichotomy of Persona and Harvest Moon, where it's like, okay, I'm doing dungeon crawling and then I'm doing life stuff, and then Harvest Moon's like, I'm doing farm stuff, but then there's also the life sim stuff, or in the case of Rune Factory, farm, life sim, and the combat stuff,
and the exploring of the world.
Yep. I don't think Tides of Destiny is as good, but you should really try that. I gave it to Maddie a long time ago. I don't think she's ever played it.
I see it. It's on her desk, or it's on her thingy where her games are. I also have that. I also have that Wii one that's called Rune Factory Frontier.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I wonder how that one is, but it's a Wii game, and just anything on the Wii just makes me.
Yeah. I will say Rune Factory 4 is better, but if you're trying to scratch the itch, I would give Tides of Destiny a try if you really, really need something like that, because it's a pretty good game.
I think I want to replay Rune Factory 3 or 4 again.
I'll just replay 4 again. It's good. It's a good game.
It's like, which girl am I going to court now?
You got to do the green-haired lolly, I'm telling you. It's the best girl.
No. The butterfly chick.
There is no teacher, Nick, okay? There's no teacher. You can't court the teacher.
No, there was the maid who I married, and then I started going out with the elf girl. I got really far with her. I didn't get married her, but I got really far. She was worried about our relationship because she's an elf, and I'm not an elf. So,
that's interesting.
She's like, I'm going to live like thousands of years more than you. It's like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Oh, I don't remember any of the other girls I would like. There's the clumsy Chinese chick.
Oh, yeah,
the night chick.
Yeah, she's interesting.
Trying to remember.
I'm going to look up if there's any we missed.
I know there's the chick that you rescue that becomes one of the bachelorettes.
Yeah, okay, so there's the Chinese girl, are you talking about the elf girl that plays the lute? Is that the girl you're talking about?
That's the musician, yeah, that's her.
Okay, and there's the girl with the top hat, which is the maid, I'm guessing?
No, the top hat is the horror girl that you rescue from the haunted mansion.
Okay. Then there's the night girl, then there's the green-haired, fairy girl, and then there's the purple hair butler chick.
That's the one I married.
Okay.
Don't know why. Yeah, that was fun. And then I also have Rune Factory 3 I could do again, which is a good one. It's like Rune Factory 4 except it's on the DS. It's a little more dumbed down, but it's better than Rune Factory 2.
I just like the art style in Rune Factory better because like when Harvest Moon started, when they became what is it called? Like not Tale of Towns, or what did they rebrand it as?
Tale of Two Towns. Oh, Story of Seasons.
Story of Seasons. Thank you. Yeah, when that I don't really like that art style very much. It's like pretty weird. So
I don't like how they made it so like it takes forever to do anything. Like it takes so long to court people just to talk to people, and it's crazy. They never ever got to the standard that was set by Friends of Mineral Town. It was just that was the best one, and they never made a game that was like it again.
Yeah, it peaked. Friends of Mineral Town peaked. That's where it peaked. I think you need to play the PS2 one, Save the Homeland. That one was good.
I did play it.
Oh, have you played it? Okay.
Yeah, I played it during the era when you played it. It was on the PS2, and yeah.
That one's really good. It's interesting because in Mineral Town or whatever called Back to Nature, the goal was just to build your farm up, and like that's it. That's the goal. And Save the Homeland, there are like 10 different ways you can beat that game. Because like I think the plot is they want to build an amusement park on that mountain, and so that you have to find a reason for them not to like save an endangered species or start up some kind of shop that's famous or something.
Did they remake it on the PSP or the Vita? Because I remember playing something. I remember playing something like that.
No, that was a different one. That one was called The Hero of Leaf Valley, I think. I remember we both played that.
Yeah,
like this one's like just really basic. It's fine.
And it was the same thing though. Like they were gonna build an amusement park on this town, and you had to save it.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting. This is a giant company that's gonna destroy the forest.
Yeah,
that's Harvest Moon. And then they tried to make it into Minecraft, and that failed. And it's like,
oh, dude, the new Harvest Moons are terrible. I mean, I haven't played them, but I just look at the meta scores, and they're all bad. So, yeah, time to go back to the drawing board on that one. I know they tried something with Little Dragons Cafe, and apparently that game's a little grindy. But the story is really good, from what I understand. Like the loop is new townspeople come in, and their story is interesting, but the actual gathering and the dragon stuff is a little too grindy. So other people are doing it better,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Stardew Valley.
It's crazy how good Stardew Valley is. It's like Stardew Valley knew what everyone liked about that series, and it's like did it perfectly. And it was made by one person.
That's well, it took them like forever too. It took them like 7 or 8 years or something crazy.
And made by one person. Everything, the art, the coding, the music, all by him.
And it's all good. Like everything is great. Like I will say the in-game character models are not super great. That's the only knock I have on that game. Everything else is awesome. Mechanics are good. I think the drawn portraits are good. I love the music in that game. It's so fun. And there's so many different things to do in that game. So yeah, freaking Stardew Valley.
You played it on the Switch, right?
A little bit, yeah. I played maybe 10, 15 hours. I didn't finish it, but
it was fine on the Switch though. It's fine to play on the console.
Oh yeah, it was great. I think PC is probably the best way to play, just the way the menus are. But I still had a ton of fun on Switch. So.
Yeah, when it was released, I bought it like day one, and I just destroyed that game.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Dude, I remember I feel like a hipster with Stardew Valley, because you remember we knew about the game like super long, like way before anybody else.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, this is gonna be amazing, and then it blew up. We're like, told you. We knew about it.
And we knew about it a long time ago, and we watched it.
Yeah,
we found like really old YouTube videos of it, of like the soundtrack, and you're just like listening to that. It's like, oh, this game's gonna be great. We couldn't wait. And then it was like the first thing they advertised was like, oh, you can play with your friends, and that didn't come out until a while.
It like just came out.
Yeah, so it's like they had like a working code back then. It was like, oh, I guess it didn't work with the single player stuff. They couldn't get it to work, so they took it out. Mm-hmm. And now they got it to work with the single player stuff. So, and then like an update happened where you could change your starting farm Because I remember when I played, it was only one farm.
Yep. Yeah, now there's one that's like cliffside, one's like on a lake. There's all kinds of stuff, which is cool.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So we just recommended a bunch of games for you guys to play. Rune Factory, Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, Stardew Valley. Yeah, they're all good. They're all the same type of game, but hey, you got to play them.
They each have their own little twist, though. You know, they're not. It is the same type of game, but each one is totally different. Because what's interesting about Stardew Valley is that has combat in it. You know, like when you go to the mines, there's combat there. So.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with those games. Those are like games I really like. I call them checklist games. There's always something to do. You fill out the whole community center. Then you have to get to the bottom of the mine. Then you have to kill guys because there's that hunter's lodge next to the mine. And there's things to do there.
Yep.
There's then you just get creative and make your farm whatever you want. Like you just make it look pretty. And then I never found out what this was, but after you beat the game, like a couple of weeks after you beat the game, like a witch will fly over your house. And I don't know what that is. There's like a whole other thing, and I don't even know what that is.
That's all for Stardew Valley. I was going to say, in Harvest Moon, at least in Back to Nature, what you do is you woo the girl, you build up your farm, you upgrade your house, you try to get as far down in the mine as possible. You build the barn, you get animals, you train your dog. It's just on, like, when we talk about it, it sounds like the most boring game ever.
It does, right? But it's so fun.
Yeah.
There's there's always something to do. There's always a new goal to strive for. It's like, I just need to chop a little bit more wood and I can get that house. Like, I will say though, in Harvest Moon, the third year, if you know how to play those games, the third year is super boring. Because you just have everything, and you're just waiting for the game to end. At least that's what it was like for me.
Well, that's what happens, like with Final Fantasy Tactics, right? You're just at Dorter, and you already have freaking like a knight or a ninja and Lancer. It's like,
guys, come on,
done. I'm a ninja with 2 daggers. Bring it.
Yep.
Yeah. Rune Factory is Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, plus like that leveled up a couple times. Rune Factory 3 and 4, they feel really, really good. Like they've got their mechanics down perfectly. Everything feels great. Picking up items, attacking, just talking to people. It's all smooth. It's all good. If you play Rune Factory 2, you're like, oh, this feels really clanky and archaic.
That's a bummer. I will say about what's funny about Rune Factory is I feel like the farming part is the least important part of that game. But it's there if you want to grow stuff, whatever. Make a little money.
It's a good way to make money. Get just farming flowers. That's how you do it. And then if you want to learn how to cook and open your own shop, at least in 4, you start growing all your ingredients to cook.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. That's cool.
Yeah. You make your own shop.
Awesome. Very cool.
And I'm sure I'm going to totally just, going somewhere else with this now.
All right.
I'm sure Kempy wants to know about how I think about Vesperia Definitive Edition.
Mm-hmm. Have you got the Pirate Lolly yet?
No, I'm barely anywhere. Where am I now? I think I just got past the ruins. I have Rita. I just got Rita.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm playing it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this feels like a classic Tales game. I remember playing it.
It runs better, right? It runs at 60 frames, right?
It runs nice, yeah. It runs really nice.
Cool.
I'm trying this. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I remember this being like a lot more colorful and bloomier. I wonder
really?
Yeah, like, how it looks like really like a painting? It doesn't look like that anymore for me. I was like,
really?
Oh, this looks like an HD version of a really HD version of Abyss now.
Huh. I wonder if they tone that down for some reason on the remaster. That's weird. Because that's what I liked about it. Like you were saying, it almost looks like the character models were glowing or something. Huh, because I watched the Easy Allies review and it still looks nice.
It does look nice. It looks it's amazing how a game that old could still look that good. And it shows what the new Tales games are missing. Yeah,
I don't like the art style. starting from Zillia, I don't like any of the art styles. The Vesperia was the last really great looking one, so
it just
make them more proportional, but keep that same art style. That's it.
That, and I'm telling you, you got to make it. You got to have static cameras sometimes. Don't have a free camera every time. You know, having static cameras always gives like areas an identity. It's the way, like the different angles that they choose. It makes the identity of an area.
I totally agree. Yeah. Especially, like, I forget what the town, it's that one big town, and it starts with a super wide angle, and then as you enter the town, it kind of starts zooming in a little bit and getting closer to the character. I think it was, not Fenmont. I can't remember that game. It was too long ago, but...
It sounds like something in Abyss as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's...
Bodhi Blastia.
The game's fun. Right? Yeah. Like, Kimpy's going all into, it's like, oh, so you could, like, manually cancel your move to go like do extra moves. I'm like, I don't care, dude. I'm just playing the game like I should.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna deal with that. Yeah.
He's telling me all about like you cancel your moves to do something with like a you go into free form or free run and does all this crap. And it's just like, I don't get it. I probably could learn it, but I'm not learning a fighting game. I'm just playing a Tales game, and playing on normal. You don't really need to do this. I was playing on hard before, and I was just like, every fight was just a super challenge. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to beat the game, because Kingdom Hearts 3... Kingdom Hearts 3...
I've already beat this game, you know?
Kingdom Hearts 3 is like around the corner, so I don't think I'm going to beat Vesperia by then, but it's fun. It's a good Tales game. It's a good Tales game to play when you're waiting for the next one, whenever that's going to come out, which is probably going to be a topic in like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, before we know it, they're going to announce the next one. It's like, oh, okay.
It's going to be
they're going to announce it at the next Nintendo Direct.
It's gonna be
next week at the Nintendo Direct, they're going to announce the next Tales game.
And it's going to be a high school setting, and
that's it.
And based in Tokyo somehow, a Tales game.
Now we're talking.
All right. And Taylor, have you been playing anything that's not anything that's a JRPG at all?
Anything that's a JRPG? No. On my Switch, I played a lot of Flint Hook. I still have not beat that game. The game's really hard. I was playing that. I was playing some Smash with you guys. I was going to start speedrunning Ys 8 again, but I was talking to my buddy After 5 who taught me how to do the run. And apparently the whole community is so screwed up. Like, they found some skip, but you're not even fighting. It's just like you're running through the game. You can beat it in like under an hour now, but it's not fun. And so there's like this whole thing about like what the official run is and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then I tried to boot up Monster Boy, and I got lost because it's like a Metroidvania. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to go. So I played for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. So I just stopped. And then I played Last of Us, and that's kind of all I've been playing. Yeah. But, this weekend, games aplenty, baby. Resident Evil 2 on Friday, Kingdom Hearts on Tuesday. It's going to be wonderful.
Like Resident Evil, I'm like, oh, I have Friday off. You know what I'm going to do.
I'm only playing that at night, though. It gets nighttime about like 5:45, 6 o'clock here. Mm-hmm. So let's wait for the sun to go down, be done with work, get some headphones on, and just... Did you play the demo, by the way?
Nope, didn't want to.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to... It's like I know what I'm getting into. It's Resident Evil. I don't care how it feels. I'm just going to play it when it comes out.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a vibe for it. I mean, it's so short. You barely do anything. It was the demo for 3, where the guy... Did you see that gameplay from E3 at all?
No, like inside the police station? I just know the 2 trailers.
Yeah,
and then they like the guy's under the door and he gets ripped in half.
Yeah, okay, that. So it was basically that. I mean, you go in, you save him, you talk to the police chief, you walk around another corridor, and you explore a little bit, and then it's over. So it's really short. Like, it doesn't show anything. Because we've seen that. What I'm curious about is the beginning of the game. They haven't shown any of that, as far as I know. How you get from the crash to the police station. They haven't shown any of that yet.
I want to see. Who are you? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Is that still in the game?
Probably not that cheesy, but I've seen in one of the newer trailers they show it was called Kendo Gun Shop, I believe, and so that's in the game.
I hope he says it like that or something like that. It's like, who are you? What are you doing here?
That'd be awesome. Sorry about that, babe.
Yeah, sorry about that, babe.
Nah, they're cutting the cheese out. Although after you beat the demo, they show a little teaser trailer, and Hunk and Tofu are in the game. I know that was kind of confirmed already, but they showed a clip of it. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So,
told you it was there, and then Akuma's in there somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta unlock him. Super secret unlock. That would actually be really awesome if Akuma was in it. He's probably not.
All right, so let's move on to anime.
Oh shoot, I forgot about anime.
I know, right? We gave ourselves 2 shows to watch. Mine was Tsukigakure. Tsukigakure?
Yeah, yeah.
And Scum's Wish.
Yeah.
And then yours was Monster Musume and A Sister's All You Need. You didn't watch A Sister's All You Need. I know you started it. You started it, but then watched something else. Because you're like, I can't take enough trash, so I'm going to move to something else.
Yeah, I have to watch something good. I watched, instead I watched A Place Further Than the Universe, and that was really good. It's just a nice, wholesome show about girls wanting to do something bigger than themselves. It's cute.
It's funny because I also watched A Bridge to the Starry Sky before all that. And then I also, after A Scum's Wish, I had to watch Shuffle.
When was the last time you watched Shuffle?
A long time ago. I watched it. I'm like, I really like this show.
Yes, I like Shuffle. That Shuffle's a good one. It's a harem, but it's good.
Yeah. So Taylor, tell me. I want to know what you thought about Monster Musume.
Oh man, I mean, that show. I didn't realize there were that many characters. First of all, like it just keeps adding more characters because it starts off with just the snake girl, and then there's the centaur, and then there's the harpy, and then there's the spider girl, and then there's the water girl, and they just keep adding characters.
There's
and then
the mermaid, and then the slime, and then the
and then they add Mrs. Smith or whatever, her like little crew, and so there's the zombie girl and the one-eyed girl. They keep adding more. I'm like, okay, I get it. You can add more monsters. I get it.
So how was that first scene? That first scene, like it was really good, right?
God.
You loved that first scene.
I think that, like, literally when I booted it up, at the end of that beginning scene is when I stopped watching it for the first time. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, because I knew it. I remember you saying that, so I'm like, okay, you gotta watch it now.
I mean, honestly, I feel like it doesn't get worse than that, though. That's the worst that show gets, from what I can recall. But I mean, it's total trash. It's total fan service.
Okay, here's
okay. Oh no, I take it back. There is one part that gets way worse. Is the
I know. I think I know.
When they go to the forest and they talk to the Dryad girl, and they're
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't even remember that.
Oh my gosh, it's bad. Because remember, there's the Dryad girl gets super huge, and then they have to like shrink her down. And oh, Jesus, yeah. Those were the 2 scenes that I was like, how is this not hentai? Like just straight up, how is this not hentai?
Okay, speaking of how is this not hentai, did you see any nips?
I can't remember.
Because if you didn't, you're watching the censored version. There's actually an uncensored version of that show.
Oh, I don't know. I just watched whatever. I wasn't paying attention, so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I thought the worst thing of that show is when the harpy girl had to lay an egg. That was the worst. I thought that was the worst of it. I was like, why are we getting in such excruciating detail about this?
Yeah, that was a little much. I mean, I think one of my favorite characters was the mermaid girl because she didn't actually like the main guy. She just wanted like a tragic love story. She wanted to be like the tragic side girl or whatever. She's like, "Oh, break up with me so I can have it." Like it was just, I thought that was funny, a funny little subplot.
It was just, it's a silly trash anime, and Kraft loves it.
Yeah, I feel like there's only a handful of tolerable waifus I actually like I forget her name, the slime water girl.
Of course you like her.
Well, because she's not weird. She can't really talk. Sue, I think her name was.
Except she sucks on like every girl.
Yeah, which is fine. But she doesn't have some weird quirk like one eye or tentacles or a fin or I don't know.
She's a slime.
Like, you're just made of slime. That's fine. And then the zombie girl was. I mean, she's just a zombie. Her arms are gonna fall off, I guess. But could be worse.
So you didn't. You're fine. You're just like, okay, I got through this. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Except for that first scene.
I mean, like I said, those are the two scenes. Those are the two worst scenes. The opening, the one where they meet the Dryad girl, and that, yeah. Whew. Those get bad. Don't watch that with your parents, kids.
Did Matt come in when you were watching that?
No. No, he did not.
So, this week you're going to be watching A Sister's All You Need.
We'll see about that. There's a lot to be done. Resident Evil's coming out. I can't make promises, but I'll try.
So I had to watch Tsukigeki Rei and the Scum's Wish.
You had to. Oh, I had to watch these two amazing shows.
I had to
what a pain.
Watch it. So Tsukigeki Rei was an amazing show.
That's one of my favorites.
I love that show.
I love that show.
It's so sweet. And it has what hooked me is like I've been through a lot of these situations that the main character was going through, not the girl, the guy. And I was like, oh, I do exactly what he's doing. And he was texting the girl, and we texted. He just started punching he started punching the light, like doing something, get all excited. And I'm like, I did something exactly like that before.
Yeah.
Same situation. So yeah, it's really sweet, and the series actually ends.
Yes. That's what I love about it.
It ends on it seems like it ends on like a tragic thing, and then the credits roll, and then it shows like these scenes of what's happening in the future, and it's just like they're growing up, and then it's just like, oh, this is sweet, and it actually ends. I'm like, sweet.
Because I was pissed. I'm like, you can't end the show like this. Like when on the train, I'm like, you can't end that right there. You can't. And then, like you said, they show the credits. I'm like, okay, thank you. Yep. This is all I ever want, anime. You never do this. You always stop, or you just never get to that point in the relationship. And I love that they did it, and there was so much good build up. Oh, yeah.
The series is very sweet. So if you like sweet romantic, it's not really a comedy. It's a romantic show. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
And it's about, two people that unlikely to fall in love pretty much. And I enjoyed every minute of it. And then a Scum's Wish comes in. I was watching. I was coming off of a nice high, and I start watching this, and I'm like, "What am I watching? This is borderline softcore. This is softcore porn I'm watching." And everyone is a horrible human being.
Yep.
Everyone is a horrible human being in this show.
Dude, the teacher is a huge bitch.
I was watching. It's like everyone's horrible. Like, if you want to watch an anime where every freaking character cheats on their significant other, watch this anime, because that's what happens.
Yep.
It's like, I can't have the person I love, so I'm going to use you, but then we're going to be like a fake couple, but then I'm going to go out with these other people and do stuff with them, and then it's like, am I a horrible person? It's like, yes, you're a horrible person! And then I look at the reviews, and everyone's like, this is like the greatest show ever. And I'm like, what are you watching? This like physically hurt me.
Because everybody's an asshole in real life. So they're like, yes, that's me, I guess.
He was like the I forgot his name, Muji? Like his past, the boy, his past. And he was talking, he was like in middle school, it was like a first year, and then he's going out with another middle schooler whose boobs are like this big in middle school, and they're like doing it in a hotel. And I'm like, these kids are in middle school. Yeah. Like back in that, when I was in middle school, I was talking about Pokemon and MechWarrior and playing Unreal Tournament. Yeah. This is so unrealistic. I mean, I bet you there's some people like that, but just like, not like everyone was just like, and then the teacher, and the whole, guys, if you want to, okay. go to the next timestamp, because I'm going to spoil the hell out of this show. Okay. Because I don't you should not watch this show. It's just like, if you are into NTR, which is like cucking in porn, then this might be a show for you. But yeah, okay. So it was every like the main character, the girl main character likes her. They call her brother, but it's like her neighbor.
Yeah,
and the neighbor like likes the teacher.
Yeah,
and the teacher's all like sweet and everything at the beginning, and she turns out to be a complete slut.
Yeah, and she's just using him.
Using him. And no, the okay, I'm gonna skip all the way to the end because it's like he finds out that she cheats on him and that she's a huge slut, and he's like, and he comes around, it's like, I don't care, I want you anyway. Would you marry me? And it's like, why would you do that? And the girl's like, I'm gonna change now, and yeah, okay. And it's like,
you an idiot.
Like, what? No, I remember I was watching it because they're hugging, right? And she's like, I'm still gonna cheat on you, and he's like, I don't care. That guy is the definition of a cuck.
Right.
It's like, what? Like, if he just said, like, if he just said, like, the reason why he was so attracted to her was like because he could feel, like, he knows how she feels by the way she plays her music because she's a music teacher. That would have made sense. I would have seen that. It's like, you're not this way. You're not supposed to be this way. But that's what the way they're like trying to say. It's like she's not really a bad person, but she's just like, no one has told her that before, and that she had this change because she had a date with Muji, and they were going to go to the motel and do stuff, right? But she didn't after she was proposed. After she was proposed to. So I'm like, okay, she's kind of changing, but just like, why would you even go for her in the first place? Oh my god! Like every episode hurt me in the soul. Like the first 6 episodes was like painful. Yeah. It was super painful because it was like the girl main character has a friend that's a girl, and she's like madly in love with him, and she just lets her touch her and do all these things with her.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, and they go away to the cabin.
Yeah, and I was like, she's like, it's like, dude, if you don't feel that way to her, stop leading her on, you psychopath.
Yeah, another girl eventually figures it out. She's like, I don't care. I want her like one last night, and she's like, here's your ticket. Just get out of here. I don't want to see you. Like. Yeah. Dude, everybody is a terrible person. You're right.
It was a horror.
I mean, the show is aptly named. They're all scum.
Yeah, they are scum, all scum. And then the ending, it doesn't even end. The guy, the fake couple doesn't get together. They're like, oh, we want to be together, but we're not going to be together. And then it just ends. Okay. So good pick because it was hard for me to finish this one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because it was adding a tarnish to like, you know, actual like what love is and like relationship and stuff. It's like, I do not want this in my life right now. This is awful.
Well, it was the juxtaposition to Suki Gekire, which is like pure and perfect and amazing, and then
yes,
it's like couldn't have two polar opposite shows.
It was. I was like, I can't feel this way right now. But luckily, like the horrible feeling kind of went away at the half of the show. The first half is just like, wow, this is awful. And
how does this keep happening?
Yeah, it's like, why are you making these stupid decisions? And then the second half's like, it actually focused on some, you know, character development. And I was like, okay, you're all still horrible people, but at least it's not like I'm watching softcore hentai.
Yeah. Because
the freaking lewd sex scenes are just like super lewd. Like they're getting away with things that's like it's like there's no nudity. It's just like everything was implied.
Well, you know it was crazy too. Like you're right. There's so many layers to how shady they all are. Because Muji is with the girl, right? But then he keeps hooking up with the big booby junior high girl. He'll just randomly, you know, call her for a booty call. And then there's that one friend that has liked him forever and just wants to go on a date with him, and then they like get all crazy.
Yeah, he's like, I'm taking advantage of this girl. I feel awful. And then the girl is like, I don't care if he's taking advantage of me. I already know he is, but I just want to get through with this. But the good thing is like he's smart enough. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I feel bad.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I feel bad too. And then they split their own ways. That was fun. If he went through with it, which was they almost did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, everyone in here is just awful. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna study, we're gonna get all this done, and then we're going to confess our love to the people that we love. And even though we know we're gonna get rejected. Girl gets rejected by her big brother. Not really her big brother, just call her big brother. And then the Muji, he gets laid. He's like, oh, well, she's going to do me, so I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. You're just an awful person. You are an awful person. And why? Do you remember the main character's name? The girl?
The girl. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. I do not. Hanabi?
Hanabi, yes, Hanabi. She knew about the teacher the entire series. She knew how horrible she is. She didn't once tell anyone.
Nope.
Why wouldn't you tell? Like you know you care about these people. It's like this girl's like a horrible person, right?
Yep. Terrible.
That show hurt my soul.
Well, good. I'm glad I
hurt my soul. And then after I
found some for you.
Yeah, after I finished it, I put on shuffle.
Like, I need something pure.
I need something pure, and like the first episode, it's like introduces all the characters, and you're like, oh my gosh, everything's so happy. And then I remember it's like, oh yeah, this gets really dark at the end too.
It does, yeah. But then it gets happy at the very end too.
Yeah, the final episode, it's like everything happens.
Yep.
It's good show. But so Shuffles, like I started with a freaking Eroge made into an anime with a Bridge of the Starry Sky, which is the same thing as freaking Shuffle. Like it's just the structure's the same. There's one guy and there's a bunch of girls, and they choose the one. But Shuffle does it way better. But Shuffles is was happy, made me happy. Everyone's like, yeah. Man, and the entire show is very blurry because I was like, wow, this was made back in like 2004.
Oh yeah, I mean it's old. It probably is not high definition at all.
It's not. It's on DVD. I have it on DVD.
Yeah.
So that was my anime experience. Was very happy to soul destroying anime. Would I do it all again? Yeah, I would.
So here's the next one I want you to watch. I want you to see if you can find the good in it. Okay? I want you to watch Grand Blue Dreaming, that diving anime.
All right.
I think you might actually like it. For me, my expectations were just so betrayed with that show. I was like, how is this not what this show is about? It's actually funny. Like I watched a couple more episodes. Like it's a good show. It's not bad, but it's just like, okay. You think it's going to be a slice of life about just some buddies diving? Nope. That is not what that show is.
It's about drinking and naked men.
Yep. That's about drinking, getting naked, and yep, that's what that show is.
So Sisters All You Need, and then I got to watch that. I'm watching New Game Plus right now. And that's a totally different anime than from Shurubako. Shurubako is like it's very it's more grounded and more realistic.
Yeah, New Game is it's more comedy based. There's a second season. Have you seen the first season
of what?
New Game.
No, I haven't finished it. I just started. I'm on like episode 4.
Okay. Yeah, it's a cute little show. I liked it. It was good.
No, you got to finish Shirobako.
No way. That show is so boring. See, it wouldn't even have like anything interesting to say. I would just be like, okay, it was boring. If you want a good reaction out of me, you gotta give me some cringe, some trash.
I did give you that.
So okay.
So
Sisters All You Need.
Sisters All You Need. It's not Monster Musume, but there's some cringe in there, I guess.
Okay. And then you have to find the next cringe after that.
I do. I wonder if people heard that. Okay.
Heard something.
It's Maddie. Let's do some questions. To do a little bit of questions.
All right.
Oh, excuse me. From My Travis 13, Death Battle. Which do you prefer, the E series or Legend of Heroes series?
For me, it would be E's. There are so many sub series in Legend of Heroes, and there's characters I just don't really care about. To me, E's. I would pick E's every time.
Legend of Heroes for me, way better. I mean, I'm just talking about the Trails series. Because there's Trails in the Sky and Trails of Cold Steel.
Yep.
I played a Tear in Vermilion. No, Tear in Vermilion, which is I love that game. but it's very, very old school. Like it's very archaic. But it was I like the story, I like the characters in there. But Ease is always good. It's hard. I like the characters and I like the functionality in Trails more than Ease. So that's what I care.
Yeah, I mean, like going back many games, going back to Ease 7, they've just all been really solid, good, fun action RPGs. I haven't really played a bad one yet. Or even before that, Oath and Felghana. I played Oath and Felghana 7, 8, and then
you gotta play 1 and 2.
Memories of Celceta. No, those are boring though, because isn't that the one where you just run into enemies to attack? That sounds so boring. I would rather play, if I played another old Ease game, I would play Ease Origin, because I know you don't play as Adol, but that is like Memories of Celceta, or not Memories of Celceta, Oath and Felghana combat. Like that looks like the same engine to me.
It's the Trails in the Sky engine.
So yeah, same era probably.
Yeah, I remember playing. I think that's one of the first Ease games I played was 1 and 2, and it was like the PSP version. It had like the crazy rock and guitar and everything. It was awesome, and you could beat the first one in like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and the second one's the same way. You just beat it really quick. So yep. That's fun.
Ease always has good music too.
I mean, the first ones were made a long time ago, so the music has been redone.
I would see an Ease concert if they ever did one.
From Maximilian Wonder, here's one from me. It turned out for the best that I played Ease 8 before Tokyo Xanadu, because now playing Xanadu, I've naturally fallen into the groove of its combat system. I love how it builds on top of Ease 8's while making the attack types more along the lines of Persona-esque affinities. Now to get used to the pressing A for attack and B for jump instead of the reverse. My question, which combat system do you prefer out of every Falcom game you've played?
Ooh. That is a good one. We'll see. So that's a hard question to answer, because if you're just like, here's a game, pick which system. The games are totally designed around each of the combat systems, because like Ease 8 is, the levels are much more open, so there's a lot more moves that have that hit wider areas, or you can dodge roll farther and stuff like that. With Xanadu, all the dungeons are very narrow, like your combat arenas are really narrow. And then Cold Steel, it's just totally different. It's turn-based, so I don't know. I feel like Xanadu's was much more snappy, and I liked, like he was saying, like the weapon affinity or whatever, the rock, paper, scissors aspect of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I would say Xanadu. It felt fast, snappy. I don't know. They're so similar. Ease 8 and Xanadu are really similar, but they have their nuances. I don't know. Gun to my head, I'd say Xanadu.
I like Xanadu, but for me, I like Trails in the Sky. Trails of Cold Steel's battle system. It's turn-based, yet it feels actiony at the same time, because you could get the cancel characters' moves and all that stuff. And it just feels great, especially in Cold Steel 3, Cold Steel 2. It feels great. Looking forward to Cold Steel 3. But if I want action, it's hard for me to pick, dude. Every Ease game feels different.
Yeah.
But I like Xanadu. Xanadu's felt good.
Yep, keep it similar. I wouldn't mind Xanadu being the same.
Isu Ewin says, I love running into bastards. Talking about Ease at 1.
Oh.
Darisham, giant sword or twin blades?
Oh, twin blades, always.
Yeah, I like fast hitting characters. I like the fastness. If it's like a fast moving giant sword, maybe. But
doesn't happen. Yeah. But
it's just like every character I used in Cold Steel was just short dual wielding blades, except for Rin, which is like a quick Taichi. I never used the heavy hitting. I never used Laura. I don't know why. I just always went for the fast characters.
Oh, Laura! I always had Laura. She hits so hard.
Yeah, she hits hard. Yeah.
I I like Craft's troll question.
Yeah, so from Craftium, as a recent listener, I'd like to know what is your first JRPG and why does Nick hate Symphonia? That's a joke because we answered that so many times.
Yeah.
Abram.
B cops. Take that last question back.
Abram, which JRPG character has the best trapezoids?
I gotta remember what trapezoids are.
Which character has the best boobs? That's what he's asking.
Is he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. He doesn't Abe we're talking about.
No, I think it's your back. It's your traps are your back.
Trapezoid is a shape. It's a troll question. I'm just deleting the ones that we're using.
Okay. I don't know. Tifa? I don't know.
There's too many.
Yep.
All of them.
Except the flat lollies. Don't give me flat lollies.
Yeah, we're not you, Abe. From Spaghetti, what movie or video always makes you laugh no matter how often you watch it?
Dude, for me, basketball every time, man. The movie is so funny.
I could say all this random crap we watched on YouTube, which is
random YouTube poops.
It's the stupidest crap, but every time we watch it, we just laugh like little children. Yeah. We can't even quote it because it's so inappropriate.
Yeah. SpongeBob,
yeah. SpongeBob poops are like the funniest, the most random crap ever. I don't like the one where it's like, SpongeBob. So Mr. Krabs like, I want you to get me pornography, and don't come back until you get porn. And that's how he says it. Because they're just smashing up words, and it's just like, it's so bad but so funny, especially when there's Squidward's like, "What should you do with him?" And then they just make Mr. Krabs say, "You have to kill him."
Kill him. You have to kill him.
Or just YouTube poops in general. Have you ever watched old stuff we used to watch back in the day? It's so cringy.
It is, but that's what's great about it. I will also say Game Chasers. I love the game. So at every old episode, those guys always crack me up. They're funny.
You know what's a guilty pleasure of mine? Watching old angry video game nerds.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing guilty about that. He's funny, man. I like angry video game nerd.
Oh, I meant the irate gamer. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No.
I bet he's deleted all those videos.
I don't know.
Ooh, excuse me.
Nice. There's so many.
Oh,
nice.
sorry.
Good job. I think that would be the end for now because I got to do something in a bit. We're running out of time. Next episode's our 100th episode, and it's going to be amazing. Everything's going to be updated. This is the final episode of the old Giant Sword podcast. Now it's going to be the old Cold Steel, and now it's going to be all the new and awesome. So it's going to be a little updated, guys. Just keep your expectations down a little bit, or just update some of it.
It's gonna be crap. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. Nothing's gonna change.
Garbage.
Taylor's gonna have longer hair, and
That's it.
Well, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back next week, of course, with a super, maybe, hopefully, fun 100th episode.
Mm-hmm.
If you liked what you listened to, I've noticed that a lot of people have been subscribing and listening to us and adding reviews to our iTunes, which is thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot to us. I like reading all those comments. It's like, wow, people are actually listening to us and actually enjoy it. It's nice to see that. All the links for our social media and Discord are below. If you're listening on iTunes, just search Giant Sword Podcast on YouTube. You'll find us. We're we're everywhere. We're like the most popular channel on YouTube. You know this.
That's it.
And we'll be back tomorrow. Or next week. See you guys.
See ya.